our course. In this lesson, before we start our lesson, let's read the risk disclaimer for forex trading. Trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The high level of leverage can work against you as well as for you. And then lastly, any information or advice contained within this platform is shared for educational purpose only and it should not be considered as financial or investment advice. So traders, before we start, so today, on today's lesson, basically, we will discuss how to determine invalid trend line. So before we start our lesson for today, we have to recap on our previous lesson. So on our previous lesson, we discussed the types of trend lines. So we have two types of trend line. We have the major trend line or the outer trend line, and then we said that major trend lines are more significant or more reliable compared to the inner trend line or smaller trend lines. And then we said that larger trend lines are much viewable on larger time frames as well, such as monthly time frame, weekly time frame, daily time frame, and 4-hour time frame. And then in terms of the smaller trend lines, we said that these trend lines are basically formed within the larger trend lines, and then they are much viewable on lower time frames, such as 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, day, 1 minute, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes. So that is how we demonstrated this. Then moving to the slides, and then we demonstrated the outer trend line. So this is the outer trend line. This is the example of the outer trend line, and then this is the example of the inner trend line. So we have this outer trend line. Here is our out. As you can see, we have this big trend line, and then within this big trend line, we have these small trend lines within this big trend line. So that is how inner trend lines are being formed within the outer trend line. And then we also advise the traders that please ensure that if you trade this strategy, if you decide to trade this strategy, please ensure that you avoid to trade inner trend lines there because they are not reliable compared to outer trend lines. And then moving forward, traders. So today, traders, as we have indicated, that we will discuss basically the process to determine the invalid trend line. So invalid trend line is determined if the price has significantly intersected. If the price, okay, basically this type of trend line is basically determined if the price has been intersected significantly. So basically, the trend line became invalid once it has been broken sharply or significantly. And then secondly, the price might break a trend line to form a new level. So basically, the price might break a trend line, not to do a reversal, however, to form a fake out. Some traders call it a fake out, some traders call it a breakout continuation. It may break the trend line, however, the price continues to the same level. Or the price might break a level to indicate a trend reversal. So basically, the change of the direction of the trend. So those are the two reasons that we discussed with you. So basically, the main approach or the main concepts for this lesson is to discuss these 2 points. 1, 2 is when the price break the level to form a fake out, breakout, or continuation breakout, or the price break the level to form a trend reversal. So let's start. So we call this a trend continuation or a breakout continuation. So it's whereby we have this trend line. Traders, please be careful here. We have this uptrend line. We have this starting point, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then the price came and then the price break this trend line. Traders, I hope you can see this trend line. This trend line with the light line. Well, I'm talking about this trend line with this light line. We have the starting point. We have this first. Okay, we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then higher low, and then higher high. And then the price came, and then the price break this level significantly. Then after that, after the price break this level, then the price came back again. Why the price break this level? The price violated this level, this higher low, to form a new lower, a new higher low. Because after the price break this level, thereafter we have this new trend line up. After the price break this trend line, we have this small trend line. We have this small trend line. Starting level, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We have the uptrend. Then higher high, then higher low, then higher high, then the price came back again. Then the price break this level to form a new trend line. Then we have a new trend line after the price break this trend line, which is drawn in a light line. And then we have this trend line which is drawn in bold. Thereafter we have a new trend line. So that is how we see a invalid trend line. So this trend line, this small trend line was invalid, was basically violated. However, the price did not change the direction of the price. The price break the higher low to form a new higher low to form a new trend line. That's all. Moving to the price whereby the price break the trend line to form what? To form a trend reversal. We have this downward trend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then the price came. Then after the price came, then the price break this trend line. After the price break this trend line, it's do what we call the pullback. After a pullback, the price went up. However, traders, we also have the basically a course that is basically dedicated to a trend line breakout strategy. We also have the course that is dedicated to a trend line breakout strategy, whereby we will teach you how to trade a breakout, how to trade a trend line breakout. So we also have a course that is dedicated to that section, to a trend line breakout, because trend line breakout is very broad, traders. You need to understand every concept that is being included in a trend line breakout strategy, because once the price, we have this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then the price break this level to towards what we call a trend reversal. So we will teach you, if you subscribe to the trend line breakout strategy, how to see if the price will form a trend reversal. So traders, that is how you're supposed to determine invalid trend line. So the price break the trend line for two reasons. Firstly, the price must break the trend line to form what we call a fake breakout or a continuation breakout, or the price might break the trend line to form a trend reversal. So traders, that is all we have for today. I'm sorry for this lesson, and then on the upcoming lesson we'll discuss the difference between the strong and the weak trend line. So traders, that is all we have for this section. So see you on this following lesson, traders.